One Indian Girl, novel written by Chathen-bhagat, last part. Chapter 35. 3 weeks later. My mother wore her reading glasses. She flicked through the pictures on the Shaadi.com app on my phone. See this. Why haven't you accepted this one? My mother said. We sat in my living room at noon on a Saturday morning. I in blue pyjamas, white t-shirt, and she in a salwar kameez. Read it out, Mom, I said, typing on my laptop. What does he do? He works in Facebook, she said, and removed her glasses. Surprised. How can you work in Facebook? He does Facebook all day? No, Mom. Facebook is a company. Go on. How old? 28. Height 5 feet 10 inches. I will read his profile. Sure. He wrote it. I said. No, it says written by parent. That is 2 points down. Stop it. Even I had to write it the first time for you, right? I will never forget that. Anyway, go on. My mother read from the phone screen. Our son is an intelligent, humble and simple boy who is looking for a suitable life partner. He prefers a career woman, someone who is willing to live in the USA. He is a systems engineer at Facebook, where he has worked for the last 5 years. He is based in Menlo Park, San Francisco. He did his engineering in computer science from NIT Nagpur, where he topped his class. He did his master's from MIT in Boston, USA. He is our only child. We are a simple Punjabi family based in Mumbai, originally from West Delhi. We want the right girl above anything else, as she will be our new family member. My mother finished reading and reached for a glass of water. Not bad, well written, open-minded and honest. Salary, I said, and pressed save on my laptop. It says between 150 to 175,000 US dollar plus stock options. Is that good? Good. Give me the phone. I saw his profile picture. A lean, tall and bespectacled man in a beige overcoat stood against the backdrop of the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. He resembled Sundar Pichai, the CEO of Google. Geeks gave their own role models. I guess he is handsome, my mother said. He looks like the student who tells other children to stop talking. Any nonsense you say? I read his name, Brijesh Gulati. Oh, I said. Oh, rejected. I am not marrying someone called Brijesh Gulati. Why? It is a nice name. Gulatis are Punjabis. Don't you know that restaurant on Pandara Road? Exactly. I am not marrying someone whose name resembles a Punjabi restaurant. My mother stared at me. What? I said. What name you want? Amitabh Bachchan, Akshay Kumar. It is not that. It is just that he is just so. I thought of the right word. Typical. I think you are looking for negatives and you can't find any. So all this name and typical nonsense. Tell me one proper thing wrong. My mother said. Exactly. There is nothing wrong with him, but he doesn't have like any wow or thrill factor. You are choosing a husband, not taking an amusement park ride for thrills. Oh, but love can be thrilling, Mom. I wanted to say love can mean passion under the moonlight on remote islands. The thought of that night with Neil made me flinch. Okay, fine, I said in a brisk fashion and chose the accept button. I kept my phone aside. 10 minutes later, my phone make a ting sound. I picked it up. I don't believe this. He already sent a hi with his Skype details. Mom, this is desperate. No, this is a good sign. It means God wants both of you to connect. My mother said. It is amazing how mothers can justify any action as divine intervention as long as it suits them. Set up a call, my mother said in her most royal tone. I typed back a message. Skype call fixed for tomorrow, I said to my mother. Hi, I said, as cheerfully as possible. One of the most awkward moments in world's history has to be speaking to a shortlisted arranged marriage candidate. For the first time, I sat in my living room near my window on Skype with Brijesh. Good morning, Brijesh said. Or, sorry, good afternoon. So I am Radhika. You already saw my profile. Yes, I found it quite interesting. Really? What part? I said, to enable more conversation. I like that you have a good career. Investment banking in hectic, though, isn't it? It is. But I am used to it now. I am sure. And what are your interests? He said, I love to travel. I like music. I like exploring whichever city I live in. How about you? I mostly work, but I like watching cricket and Bollywood movies. Really? An Indian software guy who likes watching cricket and Hindi movies? Can it be more stereotypical? It seemed Brijesh had read my mind. Yeah, so typical, right? Cricket and Bollywood. I am kind of boring. For the first time, a guy had admitted a weakness to me on a Skype call. He was kind of boring, but unlike super bores who didn't even know they were bores. At least he knew he was one. I smiled. If I go to sleep on this call, then I am afraid. You may be right. I said. He laughed. You have a good sense of humor, he said. Thanks, I said. Actually, I watch some English movies too. Have to develop a taste. You can suggest some good ones to me. Sure, I said. He can praise a woman's sense of humor and even take advice from her, not bad. He continued to talk. I can't pretend to be fake sophisticated. I grew up in Narayana Vihar in West Delhi and then Borivali in Mumbai. So I didn't have much exposure, but now I want to learn more about the world. Wait a minute, did you say you grew up in Narayana Vihar? Yeah. Why? It is a small colony in West Delhi. I am from Narayana too. I said surprised. H block, that is where my parents live. What? I was in G block, G78788. My parents still have a house there. They live in Mumbai now, of course. My bedroom door opened. Mom came in. Narayana, she whispered, her face unable to contain her excitement. She had probably had an ear to the door and heard our entire conversation. I shooed her away. I spoke to Brijesh again. This is uncanny. Did you shop from modern stores? Yes, that fat uncle who never had change, he said, and both of us laughed. Anyway, so yes, I wanted someone who has Indian roots but is better exposed to the world than I am. You have been in New York, Hong Kong, and now London. I felt you could be an asset to me. I wanted to reject him. I wanted one solid reason to do so. I couldn't find it. He talked about meeting up toward the end of the call. I go for the work to New York sometimes. It is midway between London and San Francisco if our calls go well. Would it be possible for you to come? Let us see, I said. Skype is good for now. Speak soon. My mother entered the living room the second I disconnected the call. You can't snoop on me, Mom. This is not fair. She came up to me and gave me a hug. Sorry, my beta, she said and kissed my forehead. But what a great boy. And Narayana. See how Sai Baba's blessed us. Chapter 36. 1 month later. St. Regis Hotel Cafe, New York. Radhika writes. I heard his voice as I entered. I turned to look at him. He wore beige chinos and a black turtleneck, perhaps his homage to Steve Jobs. Brijesh, I said. We shook hands. Yeah, good to see you in person, he said, guiding me to a table. The old world luxury cafe had high ceilings and colonial era furniture. A saxophone player and a pianist played in one corner. We ordered tea for two. A waiter brought up tea on a tiered silver tray of goodies, scones, jam, clotted cream, cakes, mini cucumber sandwiches and chocolates. Afternoon tea was a great idea. Everything looks lovely, Bridget said. He took a few sandwiches and placed them on his plate. Glad you like it, I said. I wore office attire, a grey suit, partly because I had gone to the 85 Broad Street office earlier to meet Jonathan and Craig. Mostly I wore it because my mother had told me not to. She had instructed me to wear a magenta salwar kameez and dangling gold earrings. I told her I wouldn't go to New York looking like I am a part of Baishagi celebrations troupe. In fact, I wanted to be as drab and real as possible. Brijesh could see me as I was and reject me if he wanted to. When is your flight back? Brijesh said. 9:30. I said I have to leave for the airport at 7:30. We had 4.5 hours to decide if we wanted to be together for the rest of our lives. So, who talks first? He said. Usually I do, I said and smiled. Oh, I would actually prefer that. Tell me about yourself. I told him the story of my life from my childhood till now. I covered everything apart from Dibu and Neil. So I have been in London for 6 months. Parents now would like it if I could settle down. Gosh, doesn't that sound too lame? I said, ending my story. What? The term settle down, he said. Yeah, only in India do we use that phrase. Settle down, like in sedimentation. Everything settled down. Doesn't move anymore. No risk, no excitement. He laughed. Our parents valued security over everything else. In their time, jobs were few. So you better grab one and settle down. Else you would be on the road, Bridget said. So true, I said. Even I have settled down in a job, Bridget said. Really? You are with Facebook, isn't it? One of the most fun companies to work for. See, that is the thing. Everyone thinks I am in this amazing company. How could I even think of leaving it? Do you like your job? Work is challenging. Money is good. So then, sometimes I wonder. There is so much happening in the tech world. Can't I start something of my own? Of course you can. He looked happy at my encouragement. He told me some more about his life. He grew up in Narayana for the first couple of years, after which his parents moved to Mumbai. His father worked in Indian Oil. Brajesh wanted to get into IIT but couldn't make it despite 2 tries. He said it was because he was distracted. He joined NIT, topped the class and went to MIT for higher studies. And then a typical IT job. That is me, Bridget said. I smiled. We finished our tea. The waiter arrived with the bill. It was 5:30. We had 2 more hours. Let us take a walk in Central Park, I suggested. We entered Central Park on 59th Street with the Apple store on my right. The green trees and grass around made us forget we were in one of the busiest cities of the world. I thought of Dibu. His office was less than a mile away. You seem lost. Work, he said. No, it is just New York brings back memories. We walked in the direction of the Central Park Zoo. Good memories or bad memories? Bridget said. Mixed, I said. Mostly good though. We reached the zoo and bought 2 tickets. We saw the highlight, a pair of baby grizzly bears born just 6 weeks ago. They are so cute, I said, as the 2 cubs, no bigger than rabbits, slept on their mother's back. You like kids? Bridget said. My heart beat fast. The kids and mother question had made me lose men in the past. Did he mean, do I like kids in general, or did he mean, would I like kids with him? My mind went into overdrive, imagining little infants with nerdy glasses working on Facebook servers. Kids. I came back to reality. Yeah, I do like children. Never thought I would, but at some point I do want to have messy, naughty kids. Me too, he said. We came out of the zoo and walked further north. We reached the famous Bethesda fountain, located at the edge of the lake. We sat on the steps and watched ducks with their ducklings swim in little groups. The sun had dimmed and the water reflected the evening sky. We sat in silence for first 5 minutes before I spoke again. Bridget, we spoke about several things. We didn't talk about our past relationship, I said. Boyfriends and girlfriends. That sort of stuff. Oh, he said. Yes, should we or not? We don't know each other so well yet, I said. But isn't that the point anyway? Better to discuss such things. Yeah, so you have had relationship? I said. He turned his gaze away from the ducks and looked into my eyes. Only one, he said. Oh, the special one. I don't know. It was a long time ago. I told you I was distracted during my IIT preparation, right? Yeah. She was in my coaching classes. Okay. I said. A girlfriend? I liked her for roughly 2 years. She liked me too. Unfortunately, we expressed our feelings too late. We only dated for 2 months. Meaning, her father took up a job in Saudi Arabia. She moved there with her family. I am sorry, I said. It is okay, he said and smiled. It was a long time ago. How about you? He said. You have had relationships? Nothing in India. I did have a relationship in New York and, well, I don't know what to call it, but something in Hong Kong. So yeah, 2 or 1.5. Oh, he said, somewhat surprised. Yo, I did. God, I feel lighter telling you that. I don't know why, but I do. He smiled. It is over, though both of them ended. A long time ago, I said. Did it hurt when they ended? He said. Yes, it did, I said and smiled. But I am okay now. He did not probe further. Would you like to know anything more? I said. Not really, only if and when you want to tell me, he said. He looked at the ducks again. He spoke after a few minutes. So what do you think about us? Did he want a decision from me after one afternoon tea and one walk in the park. Is that how arranged marriages work? What should I do? I thought before I spoke. Brijesh, I did like meeting you, but this is such a big decision, right? Of course. Take your time. Go back. Think. Reflect. I will. Should we walk out of the park so I can call an Uber to the airport? I said. You won't get such a good match again and again. He is US based. You can easily get a transfer to his city. He makes good money. He has shares. You say he is sweet. Really, beta? I can't find you anything better than this. My mother, back in India now, had called me during my lunch in office. But mom, the Gulatis have called twice. I need time to think. No, prince on a horse will come. Certainly not. Through shadi.com. I didn't say I want a prince. So come down to earth. What do you know about men anyway? Yeah, what do I know? I thought. If I did, I would have made them stick around, right? I remained silent. I liked him. I could say yes, maybe, not an oh my god, wow, type yes. But at least there is no reason to say no. Kind of yes. Still, I wanted to be cautious. It is okay, mom. Whatever okay. If you gaze like him, then yeah, it is a yes. Really? Yeah, I sighed. It is a yes. Aditi, Papa. Are you there? Mubarak. I heard her scream. It drowned out everything. My voice, reason and doubts. Radhika Mehta was going to get married. Congratulations, Radhika, I whispered to myself after I hung up the phone. Chapter 37. Hey, you are here. Neil's voice brought me back to my present reality. Waves continued to splash on the beach outside. He placed his hand on my shoulder. Come, let us sit and talk. I brushed his hand aside and turned to him. Neil, I need to go. I really should, I said. My cousins would soon start looking for me for Sangeet practice. Give me 5 minutes. I need to tell you something, he said. He had a large brown envelope in his hand. We sat down on the chocolate brown sofa. Let me talk, okay? He said. Sure, I said, my gaze away from him. And look at me, please, he said. I turned to him. The same sparkly eyes, beautiful face and chiseled features. I could see why I had loved him. I want to say 3 things, he said. I am listening, I said. But before that, may I just say one extra thing? You look nice in this white salwar kameez. This, well, thanks. It is for the Sangeet practice. I have never seen you in Indian clothes. Really? I said. Of course. He hadn't. He had only seen me in work clothes or, well, no clothes. Indian clothes suit you. You look like a little fairy. I don't know why he talked like this. Worse, I don't know why it still feels so good when he talks like this. You came here for this? To comment on my salwar kameez? No, that is just a side observation. Talk about what you came for. 1. Radhika, I am really sorry for how things ended between us. I am just an idiot, a total idiot. Well, we parted ways. I moved to London. End of story, I said and let out a deep breath. Yeah, I never considered that the story could end differently. There were other options. It is history. Leave it, Neil. Well, I can't leave it since you left. I have missed you every single day. I can't even bear to pass your cubicle. Every bit of Hong Kong, every business trip reminds me of you. I am filled with pain every time the taxi passed Old Peak Road. There are other routes to your house, I am sure, I said. He looked at me. I stared back. I am sorry, Radhika. I loved you so much. You were the best thing to ever happen to me, or ever will. Smart, young, beautiful, compatible and successful. I had you. You loved me, and what did I do with it? Nothing. I didn't respond. I made the biggest mistake of my life. I really did, he said. Now, where else had I heard that line recently? He placed the brown envelope on the table. He clasped his hands and lifted them in front of me. I know you don't believe me, but only I know the hell I went through after you left. That is why I am here. I believe you, Neil. I missed you too. However, we couldn't do anything about it, right? So yeah, that is the point of you being here. For the second thing I am going to tell you. He picked up the brown envelope. He pulled out a set of A4 sized sheets. The first page had a stamp paper. I am leaving Kusum. There are the documents, he said. I felt dizzy. The suit spun around me. He gave me the papers in my hand. He and Kusum had filed for a mutual consent divorce at the Hong Kong family court. My hand began to tremble. I kept the divorce documents on the table. Why? I said. You are asking me why? He said. You of all people, you had a perfect family. If I did, why did we have what we had? I kept silent. His eyes became wet. What about the kids? We plan to co-parent, share custody. What did Kusum say? Not happy, of course. However, she gets it. She knew something was amiss in our marriage. We had grown too far apart. What will she do? I said. I don't know. Why I had such concern for his ex-wife. She will figure it out. Financially, she is more than okay. I gave her half of whatever I had. No questions asked. In return, she agreed to co-parenting and mutual consent. I couldn't believe I was discussing a divorce at my wedding venue. Neil continued. I am sorry. I will skip the details. The point is, he said and exhaled, my marriage is over. I am sorry, Neil. I said, it is okay. He said and massaged his temples. It had to happen. Should have happened long ago. I checked my phone. I had missed calls from 2 of my cousins. I hope you are okay. I need to go. You had something else to say. The third thing. I said, yes. There is a small plane waiting at Dublin airport. Your chartered flight? Yeah, Radhika, he said and leaned forward to hold my hand. Our flight? What? I said. I didn't withdraw my hand. I just gave a quick glance to confirm the door was shut. I know this will be a huge mess for you. Your entire family is here. There are huge expenses. But hear me out. What? I will cut a check right now at the hotel lobby. I will pay for everything your family or the groom's side spend for this wedding. So financially, it is a non-issue. You just come with me and we fly away on the plane. The Hong Kong to wherever actually. Neil, are you kidding me? No, I mean it. I have wasted too much time. I have overanalyzed, treated our love like it was a financial deal. It doesn't work like that. You have to do these things from here. He touched his chest to indicate his hurt. You want me to elope with you? I said, still absorbing his proposal come plan. You can talk to your family. I can meet them as well. When we reach Hong Kong, we can get married. What if I don't want to be in Hong Kong? Neil became quiet for a few seconds. It would be nice if we can be there for a while, he finally said. My kids are there. But if it bothers you, we can move to another city. I will commute. See them from time to time. I looked at him searchingly. I knew him well enough to tell he wasn't lying. Neil Gupta, partner at Golden Sages, never uttered a word if he didn't mean it. I kept my gaze on him for a minute. Say something, he said. What am I supposed to say? I have to dance to Chidian Kalyan now. What that? A Bollywood song for my Sangeet. Wait, that is Punjabi, right? What does it mean? Fair complexioned wrists. White wrists. Actually, I said, of course, it is India. Has to be white. So you dancing and all, with all those hip moves, he said. I nodded. Both of us laughed. For a moment, it felt like old times when he and I would chat over breakfast at the Golden Cafe. Look, I don't want to deny us a celebration. We can do a court marriage now in Hong Kong. Later, when the dust settles, we can have our own big fat Indian wedding. One in India and one in London for my folks. I realized he hadn't let go of my hand. He slid off the sofa and knelt down. He lifted my hand and kissed it. My beautiful Indian princess, rather I should say smart, analytically sound and extremely beautiful Indian princess, will you marry me? My heart beat fast. Neil, unattainable crush of most Goldman girls who had met him, the man whom I loved, was in front of me, on his knees. Please, princess, say yes, he said. My phone rang. I wanted a disruption to avoid answering Neil. I picked up the call without looking at the caller ID. 1 second, Neil, I said. Baby, where are you? Dibu's voice on the other side made me jump. Hey, I got to call you back, I said. Okay, listen, I called you home and talk to you later, I said and hung up. All fine, Neil said, still on his knees. I nodded. He lifted my hand up again. Radhika Mehta, I love you and will always do. Will you marry me? I pulled my hand back. I smacked my forehead. Fuck, Neil. Really fuck, I said. What, Radhika? You had to do all this now. Where are you in Hong Kong? When I lay silently crying in bed next to you, you were crying. I couldn't hear. Silently crying. And you said, I am not the marriage type. What was that? I am not meant to be a mother. I freaked out. I didn't want what we had to end. I couldn't figure out how to keep you. I stood up. How did you figure out now? I said, or rather screamed and pointed to the papers. Did you even suggest any such options then? I was the young VP in office you slept with. That is all. I could be right. I understand you are upset. I didn't treat you right. I came to resign. It didn't matter to you. The best you could do was to arrange a transfer. Wow. Why didn't you shout at me then? I said, twisting my dupatta's edge. You could have told me that what I was doing was wrong. You had a family. What am I supposed to say to you? Let us be together. Leave your wife and little kids. I wish you had, he said in a bleak voice. I paced up and down his suit a few times. He sat there, still on his knees. Sit on the sofa, Neil. There is no need to be so dramatic. He complied and sat back on the sofa. Fine, not dramatic, but be pragmatic, he said. This is so stupid, Neil. Really, I expected better from you. So I acted late. Is that what your anger is about? Go ahead. Yell at me. That is not the point. I missed you every day. I didn't contact you, but I did what I had to do with my life. Then I heard about your wedding and it was now. or never. So I came here to take you away with me forever. He walked up to me. He held my shoulders with both hands. Kneel. Just stop, I said. Fine. Hit me. Slap me. You did it once. Do it again. As many times as you want. But come with me. I felt his breath on my face. He had Ralph Lauren's Romance on, the same perfume he used to wear when he came to bed with me. Leave me, Neil, I said, even though I didn't make any effort to extract myself from his grip. He held my shoulders tighter. I said, leave me, I said, my voice breaking. I started to cry. Radhika, what is with you and your tear taps? Shh, he said, enough now. It is okay. I am here now. It is all going to be fine. He placed his hand on the back of my head. He pushed my head forward until my forehead rested on his chest. He didn't try and kiss me. He just patted my head a couple of times. He brought his mouth close to my ear and whispered, I will be here in this room. The pilot is waiting for my instructions. You calm down. Go back and think. It is a lot for you to take in. I will wait until you give the go-ahead. Then we will do what we have to. I nodded. I lifted my head. I need to go. I really do, I said. I raced down the hotel corridor, my mind racing a million times faster than my steps. At the function room entrance, I found Dibu. Dibu, I said, looking around to ensure nobody saw us. What are you doing here, baby? I tried calling you so many times. You don't pick up. I couldn't talk to him here. Anyone from my or Bridget's family could walk in anytime. I saw a staff door near the function room. I pushed it open. Dibu and I entered the kitchen area of the hotel. You can't land up here like this, I said. I had no choice. I thought you would be at the Sangeet practice. I didn't see you there. A chef next to us fried a kilo of onions on full heat. You went in, I said. August. I pretended to be lost. Another guest in the hotel. Never do that again, okay? Sorry, we only have one more day. Radhika, I called to tell you. I spoke to my parents. About what? About us, about everything we had and the situation we are in now. I had a 2-hour call. Dibu, I am not exaggerating this, but my head is a big mess and might explode right now. My phone rang. My mother was calling. I have to take this, I said. My mother shouted at me as soon as I picked up the call. Are you mad? Where have you disappeared? Your cousins are looking for you all over the hotel. I am here only, I said. Where? In the toilet. Why are you taking so long? Is your stomach okay? Eat carefully. Don't get loose motion on your wedding day. You need medicine? Mom, I am fine. 2 minutes. Okay, bye. I hung up and looked at Dibu. You heard that? I said. See how everyone is looking for me. I am sorry anyway. My parents protested a lot, but I convinced them. They want to come here. Please, Dibu, I just need your decision. I am your first love, Radhika, first and only. You don't even know this guy you are getting married to. I have more choices now. I wanted to tell him. What do you want me to say? I said. Instead, I tried to walk past him. He blocked me with his arms. Stop this wedding. Tell your parents I will come with you. It is now or never. Can I? I said and paused. Can I think about this, Dibu? Really, I have practice now. Yeah, he said and lowered his hand. Thanks, I said. I will love you until the last day of my life, he said from behind me. Chapter 38. Focus, Radhika madam. Your feet are not matching the beat. Mickey, the choreographer said to me, though he was ticking me off for the 15th time. He had remarkable patience in his voice. In his place, I would have slapped my student. Neither do I have Chidian Kalyan in real life, nor can I do the steps for Chidian Kalyan, I said. He played the original song with Jacqueline Fernandez on the LED screen behind the stage. My 6 cousins who had to dance with me had mastered each move down pat. I couldn't keep up beyond 5 steps. I couldn't hear the lyrics or Mickey's instructions. I only heard the following in my ears. Dibu Neil Brijesh. Dibu Neil Brijesh. I heard I love you in Dibu's and Neil's voice. I heard Brijesh saying he want to go apartment hunting in San Francisco. I heard Neil talking about the waiting plane. I imagined Dibu's Bengali parents packing their bags along with their monkey caps and buying Rasagula tin for their Goa trip. Mickey paused and replayed the song for the 16th time. 1, 2, 3, Radhika madam, start, he said. I tried to dance. The image of Neil making love to me on the Philippines island flashed in my head. It switched to Dibu and me sitting in our Tribeca apartment and watching TV together. I came back to reality and tried to remember the steps. Madam, again you are missing the beat. What is happening? Cut, restart. 3 more attempts for Radhika. The wobbly toad bride. Bell turns out. I sucked at these attempts too. Finally, Mickey stopped the music. Only Radhika mom now. Cousins, please leave stage, he said. He meant business. He played the song again. I came to the middle of the stage. In the first stanza, I had to lift my wrists to my face and move my eyes. Instead, I stood still. My legs felt weak. I dropped to my knees. I sank on to the stage floor and burst into tears. I cried loud enough to make the choreographer come running to me. He feared he would lose his job. Sorry madam, I am sorry. We don't have to do this dance. It wasn't the dance. It was the thoughts that danced in my head. What on earth was I supposed to do, madam? I changed song, romantic song, Ashik to Damhi Ho. Just walked around looking sad. Easy try. I shook my head. My cousins ran up to the stage and surrounded me. What happened, Didi? Sweetie said. Nothing, I said. I am so useless. I can't get these stupid steps. Didi, I can be the center girl, Sweetie said. How can you be the center girl? Are you the bride or what? Idiot. Pinky, another second cousin of mine said. My mother came to us. What is happening? She said to me. I stood up. I gave her a tight hug. I cried again. She patted my back. Calm down, my Vidya. Every girl has to leave her parents' home one day. Sure, that is what she thought this was. I am crying at the thought of leaving home. Never mind, I have not lived at home for years anyway. Give her a break. She will do it in a few hours, my mother said. But madam, Sangeet is this evening, Mickey said in a concerned voice. She will do it later, my mother said in her trademark stern, no more negotiation voice. I came back to my room with my mother. Rest, I am sitting here, my mother said. I lay down in bed. My mother opened a newspaper and sat next to me. Mom, I said, close your eyes. Try to sleep. Mom, I want to talk to you about something important, I said. What? She said, oh, did Aditi call the beauty parlor? Their staff should have come. Anyway, what? I looked at her face. Where do I even begin with her? Nothing more. It is personal and I don't know if I should. It doesn't hurt so much, she said. What? I said, surprised. Sex. I know. You must be tense. It doesn't hurt so much. Really more, I said, my sarcasm not evident to her. Yeah, see, I am not like those backward mothers who can't talk frank with daughters. I talk frank. That is what you wanted to say, right? Yeah, pretty much, I said. Good. Rest and do Chidian Kalyan only. No sad, tragic songs at my daughter's Sangeet. Suraj and his team of decorators outdid themselves on Sangeet night. Bollywood posters from movies of every decades adorned the walls. Streamers made from fresh white lilies and deep red roses filled the entire room. The stage had the look of a Bollywood item number set, complete with matkis and disco balls. It all felt over the top like every Punjabi wedding should, and it worked. Guests roamed around the function room, appreciating the decorations. I wore an onion-colored flowering lehenga along with an elaborate diamond set. I looked at myself in the mirror. Stunning you look, Didi, sweetie said. I couldn't recognize myself after the 1 hour makeup session. For a second, I wished Dibu and Neil could see me like this. Yeah, that is how I felt on the eve of my wedding, wishing my exes who waited within Bluetooth range could see me dolled up. After a nap in my room, I had gone back for the Sangeet practice. Sometimes the only way to calm your mind is to keep it distracted and busy. I had rehearsed in the afternoon with the doggedness of an Everest climber. I didn't have another financial model to build. I decided to take on Chidian Kalyan instead. You look beautiful, madam. All the best for the stage, Mickey said to me. In the evening, Brijesh came up to me. You look, Brijesh said. Very nice. Thanks, I said. I kept a straight face. I had a talk to him. Before I could begin, he spoke again. Actually more than nice. Beautiful. Stunning. Basically great. You look sharp too, I said. He wore a cream-colored sherwani suit with a self-design. He had switched to contact lenses for the night, getting rid of his Sundar Piche spectacles. Together, we met elders on each side. We touched everyone's feet enough time to count as 2 sets of abdominal crunches. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Pankaj Mama took the stage. He held a whiskey glass in one hand and a mic in the other. Welcome to the most beautiful wedding Sangeet of the most beautiful daughter of my most beautiful sister, he said. Obviously, the most beautiful whiskey had already reached his head. Mickey's troupe performed 2 professional dance numbers first. We sat through them and clapped at the end of each. The highlight of the evening, the On's dance performance, came next. Now we have the Mamis and Buas on either side performing to London Tumakda. Pankaj Mama announced to thundering applause. He did a little jig on stage himself in anticipation. 8 ons took the stage. The LED screen showed a London backdrop with the picture of the Big Ben. Each on had enough gold on her to make the down payment for an apartment in London. The stage creaked as everyone took initial position. The song began. Richter scale 9 level. Pandemonium rocked the stage. The aunties matched the original step for 15 seconds. After that, every Punjabi aunt's head, limb and torso seemed to have a mind of own. Aunts banged into each other. Another one had her bangles tangled up in someone else's hair, but they continued to dance. The crowd roared. If the British had seen this tribute to London, they would never have colonized us. Choreographer Mickey's mouth fell open. He covered his face with his hand, wondering if he had chosen the wrong profession. Never had his students massacred his lessons to this level. Bridget stood next to me. He looked at me and grinned. I hid a smile. After all, they were my aunts. I checked my phone. It had 2 messages each from Neil and Dibu. I didn't open them. Instead, I placed my phone in Aditi Didi's handbag. Your turn is coming soon, Aditi Didi said. Didi, I don't feel like it. I said, what? Your cousins are already backstage. They have waited for this moment since they came to Goa, she said. All the best, Bridget said as the time came for me to go backstage. Can you get me a drink, Bridget? I said. Yes, sure. What do you want? Anything. Whiskey. Sure, I said. He returned from the bar with a large peg of Black Label. I chugged it in one shot. Take it easy. Don't be tense. It is just a dance, Bridget said. It is not the dance. We have to talk, I said. Pinky came and tugged at my lehenga. I had to go. We will talk later, I said. What? Sure. Hey, Rocket, Bridget said. On my way backstage, my mother stopped me. What were you doing? She said. What? I said. I saw you. You asked Bridget for whiskey and drank it like a cheap bar girl in front of him. So, I said, confidence soaring after the whiskey shot. I wanted to loosen up before the dance. Do you have any brains? Your in-laws are watching you. What will they think? Their bahu drinks like a jungly beauty. Mom, my would-be husband gave me the drink. If he doesn't have a problem, what is their problem? My mother gave me a dirty look. Pinky pulled my hand. My suggestion, Mom, is go get a drink for myself. You need it, I said to my mother as I left the function room. I survived the stage. I did not let any choreographer down. I remembered all my steps. I nailed Chidian Kalyan even though I found it more challenging than foreclosing the asset of a distressed Chinese factory. The audience cheered. Mickey kept repeating 1, 2, 3, 4 and turn around and round and 1, 2, 3, 4 from behind the stage. The song ended. My cousins and I finished our performance with a huge group hug. The audience broke into applause. Why does one have to get married to have so much fun? Why can't extended families just get together once in a while and dance for no reason? The crowd gave us a standing ovation. Bridget clapped the hardest, perhaps not expecting his investment banker bride-to-be to break a leg on stage as well. You were fabulous. You are a good dancer, he said. Oh no, I suck. Those 4 minutes took 4 hours of merciless practice. I couldn't do what even with 4 months of training, he said. A waiter with drinks passed us. I stopped him and gave Bridget a glass of whiskey. Drink up, I said. Are you sure? We still have to meet so many people. You will need it. We need to talk, I said. What? Before I could answer, lights dimmed in the function room. A DJ took over. The stage now became a free for all dance floor. In Punjabi wedding, this means first the kids take over the floor. Then their elders, teen cousins come and kick them off the stage. Next, all the uncles get drunk and stove the teenagers off. Finally, the uncles get so drunk that they even drag their wives or the aunties onto the stage. Brijesh and I also danced to a few songs. Brijesh was right. He couldn't dance. Imagine Bill Gates or Mark Zuckerberg trying to do Bhangra. You get the idea. After 3 songs, I whispered in Brijesh's ear, Brijesh, let us step out and talk. Chapter 39. My ears felt a sense of relief as the DJ's music faded out. As we left the function room, we came out to the Marriott garden, dark and silent at night. The December air had a mild chill to it and rubbed my hands together. Where are we going? Bridget said. Out of sight, I said. I found a palm tree with a bench underneath it. We sat down adjacent to each other, facing the sea. Isn't it nice to just breathe? I said. It is, but they will look for us, Bridget said. A search party would be sent soon. It is all a bit crazy. This old jingbang of 2 clans. Getting too much now, I said. Don't worry. In 2 days, all the guests will be gone. Just you and me then. Yeah, I said. I wondered how and where to start. He continued to talk, and soon we will be on a plane to Bali, he said. Yeah, Brijesh, about that, I said. He ignored me and continued to talk, all excited. And once we get back from Bali, so SF, I have lined up apartment viewing that weekend. Hope that is okay. Brijesh, I can't do this, I said. What? Too hectic. Okay, we can see apartments later. It is just that my current apartment is too small and I am not talking about the apartment hunt. Then, this. Whatever is going on, I am sorry. I can't do this. What? Relatives? They are getting on my nerves too. How many more feet do we have to touch? I held his shoulder. I turned him towards me. Brijesh, I cannot get married, I said. What? He said in genuine confusion. Sorry, beg your pardon. You heard me? He looked at me and laughed. What? I said. You are so funny. Sweet also. He pulled my cheek. Sweet? I said. What is so sweet about me? Leaving him high and dry at the altar. You are nervous and so like a little child. You are saying, I cannot do this. It is sweet only. It is not, I said. As he interrupted me, I am scared too. I live alone. Now I will have this other person living with me for the rest of my life. It petrifies me. If does, yes, and this is just too soon. Too soon? We have planned this for months. We planned the event for months. However, we decided so soon. You said yes, I said yes. We had to reach a decision, right? Brijesh, can you please trust me? I can't do this. He smiled again. He placed an arm around my shoulder. From now on, your fears are mine and mine are yours. So be scared or whatever. I am with you. I got off the bench. I turned around to face him. Brijesh, I don't think you are getting me. It is not nervousness. There is stuff I need to deal with and my head is a huge squashy mess. I am sorry to hear that, but he paused. But what? But 200 people are dancing inside to celebrate us become together. A mood swing cannot dictate our decision now. It is not a mood swing, Brijesh. What is it then? Something you want to tell me? It is my past. I still have to come to terms with it. He paused to look at me, wondering what I meant. We also do. It happens over time. It is about my future too, about what I want. Bridget's phone rang. He smiled. There, the search party is out, he said and picked up the phone. Yeah, Dad, I am here. Stepped out for some air. Yeah, Radhika is with me. Just chatting, Dad. Okay, we are coming. He ended the call and turned at me. The elders are leaving. They want to bless the couple before they go to bed, he said and smiled. Sorry, Brijesh, I have to go now. Listen, Radhika, I am no expert on women. Maybe this is how all women think the night before their wedding. Not all. Maybe in arranged marriages they do. We still don't know each other. Can I suggest something? What? Go to your room. Rest. Please sleep. All these guests and huge celebrations are bothering you. Well, I only chose to have a grand wedding like this. Exactly. So maybe your doubts are just irrational, last minute fears. Sleep over it. You will feel better. Let us go now, he said. What? I said. Dad's calling again, Brijesh said as he picked up his phone. I took my phone back from Aditi Didi's bag when I reached my room. I checked the time, 2 a.m. I hadn't unlocked my phone to read my messages yet. Message notifications flooded my phone home screen. They read like this. Dibu. Hey baby, what is up? Dibu. Is there anything I can do to help? Can I talk to anyone on your side? Dibu. 5 more messages. Neil. In my room. Here. If you need me. Neil. When can we talk? Neil. You are around. Can we meet like for a minute? Neil. 3 more messages. Brijesh. Hope you are fine. Get some rest, okay? Brijesh, it is all going to be okay. Stay calm. How am I supposed to stay calm? A dozen messages from 3 different men every hour. And I have a wedding tomorrow. Mine. I have no clue. With whom? How am I supposed to stay calm? Aditi Didi slept next to me. She woke up for water and noticed the lit phone screen in my hand. Sleep, you idiot. You will have dark circles in all your wedding pictures. Yeah, that should be my biggest concern. Would the makeup lady apply enough concealer to hide my dark circles? Why can't I be like other girls? Why am I not thinking about how my lehenga looked on me tonight? Why am I not worried about my nails? Why am I thinking about my dark life rather than my dark circles? Ting, another message. Put it on silent. Aditi Didi groaned in a sleepy voice and come to bed. I looked at my phone screen. Suraj, hope you liked decorations, madam. Your dance was too good. I shut the phone. I closed my eyes, but I couldn't sleep. What do I do? Who is it going to be? Dibu, Neil or Brijesh? Oh, Radhika, the great distressed analyst. How do you analyze your way out of this distressed situation? Some people are good at taking decisions. I am not one of them. Some people fall asleep quickly at night. I am not one of them either. It is 3 in the morning. I have tossed and turned in bed for 2 hours. I am to get married in 15 hours. We have over 200 guests in the hotel here to attend my grand destination wedding. Everyone is excited. It is the first destination wedding in the Mehta family. I am the bride. I should get my beauty sleep. I can't. The last thing I care about right now is beauty. The only thing I care about is how to get out of this mess. Because, like it often happens to me, in life. Here I am, yet again in a situation where I don't know what the fuck is going on. I lay still in bed for another half an hour. I thought about what I could do. I noticed that Didi in sleep. I stared at the flickering red light of the smoke alarm on the ceiling. At 3:30 a.m., I stepped out of bed. I opened the door curtains. The sea appeared pitch black. The light from a few distant ships flickered in the background. Moonlight filled my eyes. "It is your life, Radhika. Take control of it," a voice inside me said. The voice was calm, unlike the hysterical Minimi, who usually yelled. "Who is this?" I said to myself. "It is me, your inner voice, the critic inside me, the one who thinks I am a total bitch. No, the one who thinks you deserve to be happy. Really, I have a person like that inside," I said in my head and chuckled. "We all do." "Well, do what do I do? Who do I choose?" "Stay still, Radhika, stay still. The answer will come." I did exactly that. I sat still for half an hour, almost in the meditation. I kept my eyes fixed on the dark sea outside. Slowly a weight lifted off me. I knew what I had to do. I took out my phone. I sent a identical message to Dibbu, Neil and Brijesh. "You there?" Dibbu replied first. In a few seconds. "Yes, baby. Trying to sleep but can't. Meet me for breakfast. 5 a.m. Hotel coffee shop," I answered. "Oh, really? That is great. That is just in an hour. See you." He also sent me a few excited and happy smileys. "Thanks," I replied. "See you," Neil responded after 10 minutes. "Yes, I am here," he said. I pasted a line from Dibbu's chat to Neil. "Meet me for breakfast, 5 a.m. Hotel coffee shop," I sent to him. "Okay, sure," Neil said. Brijesh replied at 4:30. "Hey, good morning. You are up early. Did you get some rest?" he said. "I am okay." "Good. What is up?" I pasted the line from Dibbu's chat with one modification on the time. "Meet me for breakfast, 5:30 a.m. Hotel coffee shop." "Really? So early? Can you, please?" "Of course. See you." I kept my phone aside. I let out a big breath. Aditi Didi woke up. "What are you doing?" "On the sofa, fixing my life," I said. "What?" "Nothing. Just going for a shower," I said and went into the bathroom. Chapter 40. I reached the coffee shop at 5 a.m. Neil and Dibbu had already arrived. They sat at separate tables, unaware of their common link through me. Dibbu wore a light blue kurta and pajama that, along with his beard and spectacles, made him look like a communist intellectual. Neil wore a crisp dark blue shirt and with a buttoned down collar and a well-ironed pair of beige shirt. I wore a simple light blue chicken salwar kameez. It felt 10 times more comfortable and lighter than the wedding fineries I had worn all week. For Indigo Airline crew members occupied another table, sipping coffee before their early morning flight. Apart from them, the coffee shop had no other customers. The coffee shop was open on the side facing the sea. Daylight had just broken. The sky had streaks of pink in it. The morning breeze felt cool in my hair, still wet after the shower. Neil and Dibbu stood up at their respective table as I entered the coffee shop. They walked toward me from two different directions. "Hey Dibbu," I said. "Hi there, you look fresh," Neil said. Neil and Dibbu looked at each other, surprised and confused. "Good morning, Dibbu. This is Neil." Neil This is Dibu, I said. Good morning, Dibu said, as he tried to figure out the situation. Hi, Neil and to Dibu. Let us get some breakfast, I said. I sat down at one of the sea-facing table. Both of them froze where they stood. Come, both of you, I said and smiled. They sat down hesitantly. The waiter arrived to take the order. I will have a cappuccino and brown bread toast with peanut butter and honey. How about you guys? I said. Dibu and Neil looked at each other. Black coffee, porridge, please, Neil said. Orange juice, Dibu said. The waiter left. I continued to smile, enjoying their confused state. Is he a friend? Neil said, asking about Dibu. Yeah, you could say that, I said. You want to introduce me properly? Dibu said, clearing his throat. Of course, I will. Yeah, because sorry, Dibu, I don't know you, and so it is all a bit confusing and surprising, Neil was saying when I cut him off. Both of you were my exes, my past lovers, I said. If there were praises for priceless expressions, Neil and Dibu could both share a Nobel. Sorry, I don't understand, Neil said. I am an ex, but who is he? Dibu, my boyfriend in New York, remember? Oh, that gay, Neil said. Neil is your ex too? Sorry. When was this? Dibu said. Hong Kong. Oh, Dibu said and became silent. He studied Neil openly. Yeah, he is older. Dibu, much older, I said. Neil is married too. Dibu realized I had caught him staring at Neil and took his gaze away from him. I was not now. Neil corrected me. So, Dibu is come to attend your wedding? That is nice. He is not come to attend it. He is come to marry me. He want to sit in the groom's place. Right here in Goa. What? Neil said. I thought things ended badly for you guys. Dibu's the same gay who made you leave New York, right? Yeah, I said. Change of heart now, just like you. I guess it take a while for people to realize my worth. I turned to Dibu. And Dibu, Neil is here to stop the wedding too. His style is a bit different. It involves chartered planes. Dibu's eyes popped up. You see, he is rich. Something you always had a problem with. Dibu shuddered as he struggled to string a sentence. I have no problem with someone who is rich. Who said I did? Neil interjected. Radhika, I didn't mean to display my wealth. It just seemed like a best option. Neil, it doesn't matter, but understand the situation. Guess both of you are here to stop my wedding, which is in a few hours. Not only that, you want me to marry you instead. As you can imagine, you have put me in quite a predicament. The waiter arrived with our food. As he served us, Neil and Dibu stiffed in their seats, avoided eye contact with each other. I leisurely spread peanut butter on my toast. I saw the unease on their face. Dibu spoke after the waiter left. Sorry, Radhika, I didn't realize you have another ex-boyfriend here. Was this gentleman even a boyfriend actually? He is so much older and married. Not married anymore. And my name is Neil. Neil Gupta, Neil said, loosening the collar of his shirt. Yeah, whatever, but Radhika, I thought you and I are meeting here alone. In any case, you need to come with me. Why, you forgot how you treated her. She had to leave the country for you, Neil said. Even for you, Neil, I said. Neil looked at me with a stumped expression. Radhika, I said sorry. I never disrespected you. I may have had some confusion, but now I don't. I am only human. Dibu interrupted Neil. Mr. Neil, Find someone your own age. It is the connection that matters, not the age. And sorry to say, I seem fitter than you, Neil said. I couldn't believe the discussion. I had to make an effort not to grin. For a few seconds, I relished these two men fighting over me. I imagined them in a fist fight, though I knew Neil would clobber the intellectual Bengali Dibu in the end. I could have watched them duel all day, but I did not have the time. Boys, stop arguing and listen to what I have to say for once, I said. I know you love me, baby, Dibu said. I am your first love, which is often a mistake. We connect, Radhika, beyond love. We are similar. You know that, Neil said. Why do you gays love the sound of your voice so much? Can I speak uninterrupted? I said. Both of them nodded. Neil clasped his hands and placed his elbow on the table. Dibu took a sip of his orange juice. Thanks, I said. Sorry I am doing this to you together. Just more efficient. Also maybe you can learn something from each other. It is fine, Neil said, eager not to censure me. Debashish son, you remember our walk in New York? You said women could do something. You quoted feminist texts, especially you said women could and should fly. Yeah, Dibu said, nice in theory. In real life, the girl throws a party for her gay's promotion. But the gay cannot handle the girl's bonus, yes? That is not, he said, but I stopped him. Let me speak. You said fly, but when I flew high, you wanted to clip my wings. Fly. As long as you fly beneath me. Is it? He looked down. I turned to Neil. Neil, you loved me as the flying bird. You wanted me to fly higher and higher, of course, Neil said. But you know where you went wrong. Where? Neil said. You didn't want me to have a nest. Neil didn't have an answer. Neil, I said. I believe in equal rights. You know that, right? Neil said. Did you realize that perhaps I did not want to fool around? Perhaps equal rights means giving women the same right, not the same things. Equal rights to get what they want, rather than equal right to the same thing men want. I noticed Dibu scratch his head as he also heard and tried to figure out what I said, meaning. Neil said, what do you want? Career? Home. Dibu said, I am really confused. Yeah, what do you want? Choose whatever you like, Radhika's, Neil said. I took a sip of my lukewarm coffee. Choose, I said and sneered. Choice, the benchmark word of feminism, right? I became a great feminist if I give women the choice of home or career. What do you mean? Isn't that how it should be? Neil said. Yeah, why not? Isn't that fair? Giving women the choice? Dibu said. No, it is still unfair because here is the deal. You know what women really want. We don't want to choose. We want to fly and we also want a beautiful nest. We want both. Do male birds tell female birds to choose? Hey honey, choose. Either fly or sit in the nest. I don't get it, really, Dibu said. Even Neil looked confused from a man's perspective. Men want a career, right? In general, yeah, Dibu said. Men want sex, right? No judgment, but they want sex, right? Yeah, Neil said. I collected my thoughts before I spoke again. Let us say, in the name of male rights, men are given a choice. Come on, gays. Choose. You want a career. Go for it. Just give up sex. Oh, you want sex? Just worship woman all day and give up your career dreams. So choose. We are giving you equal rights. Choose now, sex or career? Sorry, but that is a ridiculous choice to make, Neil said. Exactly, Neil. It is indeed a ridiculous choice, just as ridiculous as the choice given to woman. Fly your nest. You want and get both, but a woman must choose. I had 3 sips of coffee before Neil had something to say. I get it. Women want everything. To have a lovely home and be a great mother. To also have a chance to shine in their career, Neil said. Not all, maybe, but for many, yes, I said. How is it practically possible? Career means long office hours. Home means kids' responsibilities, Dibu said. Exactly. Have you thought why it is not practical? I said. Why? Dibu said. Because men designed this world. They decided office timing 9 to 6, 5 days a week. Women weren't in the workforce then. They are now. This office timing work well for men. They don't work for mothers. For instance, what are we going to do about it? We as in us three. Dibu said. No. We as in the whole world. I said. When will we say, let us reject this to ensure it works for women? Forget reject. When will we have acknowledged the issue? I paused to catch my breath, then leaned forward as if to listen to them. Dibu finished his orange juice in one quick swallow. You have a point, considered. I didn't realize your strong need to have a family too. That is why I made a mess last time, Neil said. I imposed my notion of motherhood on you, ignored your desire to have a good career alongside. But forgive me and come with me. I will support you, Dibu said. No, I said, my voice coming from somewhere deep within me. You are making the right choice with me, Radhika, Neil said. No, Neil, not with you either. What? He said. I checked the time. It was 5:28. I am not coming with you. Or with you. There are fundamental things about both of you that won't change. Dibu, you say you will be supportive, but the fact that you couldn't handle even a bit of my success means it is an intrinsic part of you. You can't change. And I plan to be a lot more successful than what you saw. So sorry, no. But Radhika, Dibu began. I placed a finger on my lips to him right there. And Neil, you are amazing, no doubt. The chartered plane. Tempting, of course. Now, with the divorce and everything I knew, you love me too. But you know what? You love only half of me. My other half is Kusum. The woman you left. You want a party girl, someone young, who allows you to cling on to your youth. The same youth you work so hard in the gym for. Well, I won't be this young girl forever. I don't know what Neil Gupta will do with me then. He likes Radhika, his young vice president. But will he like Radhika, the diaper changing wife and mom? Of course, I am not going to compromise and settle for less. I have made up my mind. Thank you for listening. Now, no more lectures. I will simply tell you the action plan. What? Dibu said. Both of you. I need you to leave right now. This hotel, Goa, and my life. You will not bother me, my family, or my guests. No messages, no calls. You are my past. But Guess what? I am done with my past. So please, I said. I pointed to the exit. But Dibu said, I am saying, fuck off in the nicest way possible. Please do appreciate that. And do fuck off, I said. Dibu and Neil looked at each other. They looked at me once more and stood up to leave. In silence, they walked out of the restaurant. Together, out of my life. Brijesh entered the coffee shop. Just as they left, he came up to me. He wore grey workout clothes. He noticed the used crockery and cutlery on the table. Good morning, wife-to-be, he said. These people, they came to see you. Good morning, Brijesh, come. We need to talk, I said. He saw my serious expression and sat opposite me, looking at little baffled. Yeah, sure, he said. By the way, what suit you? Thanks. Brijesh ordered a plain dosha and coffee. Feeling better from last night? Brijesh said after the waiter left. Sort of. We always feel more anxious at night, Brijesh said. Don't worry. Remember, whatever happens in life, eventually it is all going to be okay. You really believe that? I said. Yes. Good. So Brijesh, I thought about it all night. This just doesn't seem right. I can't get married to you today. What? He said. Are you serious? Some nervousness is understandable, but I am going to inform my parents now. After that, I will talk to your parents. What? Unless you can talk to them first. I prefer that. Put the blame on me. Radhika. I ignored him and continued. I will settle all bills. Nothing needs to be paid from your family side. I am so sorry for this, aunt. Brijesh interrupted me. Who the hell do you think of? Brijesh said in an out of character high pitch. I looked at him, surprised. I am sorry. I can understand you are upset, I said after a pause. You understand? That is it. My entire extended family is here. They have celebrated with us for a week. The morning of the wedding. What do I tell them? The bride say no. She has cold feet. That is all my fault. I accept that. Everyone is here, Radhika. Everyone, I know. The waiter arrived with Brijesh, dosha and coffee. Brijesh left them untouched. Can I ask why? Brijesh said, his voice under control again. Tear rolled down my cheek is response. Why, Radhika? Those gays who you saw leave, they are my past, my exes. He looked back at the restaurant exit. It is okay. They are gone, I said. You invited them? I shook my head. In brief, I told him what had happened to me all of last week in Goa. He listened with full interest and had a shocked expression at the end of it. That is some story, he said, as what I had told him sank in. Yeah, that is my week. What did you decide finally? I told them to leave. Get out of Goa and my life forever. Good. Then what is the issue? Your past is gone, but I am not in the present either. I am now here really. I need to find myself. Find yourself, he said, a bit of sarcasm in his voice. You have told me you had 2 relationships. As long as they are in the past, I don't care. No, Brijesh, this wedding stand cancelled. I am sorry, I said and stood up. He looked at me. He could see from my expression that I offered no scope for negotiation. He remained silent. I turned around and left the coffee shop. Chapter 41. My room in Goa resembled a funeral scene. Despite the 5-star luxury and the gold around my aunt's necks, people had a sombre expression. I had communicated my decision. My mother had displayed her hysteria. Dad sat stone-faced, unable as usual to react to any conflict situation. My aunts had gathered around my mother, offering fake sympathy and condolences. I could sense their glee. I was providing family gossip for months. Kamala Bua had still not given up. Brijesh said, anything to you? Be honest, Kamala Bua said. I told you several times. He has nothing to do with it. He is quite sweet. So, what is the problem? You mad girl, my mother screeched at the top of her voice. She came and stood in front of me. Slap. Before she could deliver another slap, Kamala Bua held her down. I didn't react. No, Abarna, no. Keep control. Sai Baba will make it all okay. Kamala Bua said to my mother. What will be okay? We are ruined. Look at her, still glaring at me. There is no need to hit me, Mom. I said, my face red as I fought back tears. So what should I do to cure you of your madness? Look at Aditi. In 3rd year of college, she was engaged, married after a simple graduation. I am not Aditi. This is what happens when you educate girl too much, Kamala Bua said in a low, consoling voice. It is her father's fault, my mother snapped. He never said no to anything. Ahmedabad, New York, Hong Kong, wherever she wanted to go, he would let her. Can you keep dad out of this, Mom? I said, my voice muffled. I turned to everyone and folded my hands. All of you, I have a request. You are all my extended family. Yes, I take full blame for the debacle that happened. You can judge me all you want, but can you please not judge my parents for this? My aunts and uncles looked at each other. I continued, treat it like a Goan holiday, that is it. My treat. I need your support. My biggest issue is Brijesh and his family. They will be hurt much more. I need grown-ups from my side to be with me when I tell them. Nobody gave me a response. Fine. I will talk to them on my own. Please enjoy your last day in Goa. Those wanting to fly out earlier. Talk to Suraj to change flights, I said. The tableau continued. I turned to leave. Wait, I will come, Aditi Didi said. I don't understand what you are doing, but I will come. Can't let my sister do this by herself. She stood next to me and held my hand. I smiled at her and held back tears. I will also come with you. Pankaj Mama said, come, Richa. We can't let her go alone. Richa Mami debated between the roles of obedient wife and offended aunt and chose the former. No need, my mother said. She does everything alone. Anyway, Dad, you should come, Aditi Didi said. My father stood up. Come, Abarna, my father said in his soft voice. My mother looked at everyone with much reluctance. She stood up. Yes, let us go. Let us get fully shamed, she said. I rang the bell. Brijesh opened the door. He didn't say a word and stepped aside to let me and my relatives enter. The room felt ice cold and not because of the air conditioning. Mr. and Mrs. Gulati, Bridget's parents and my almost in-laws to be stood with glum faces. Bridget's relatives, his father's brothers, along with their respective wives, sat gingerly on the bed. Bridget's mother's sisters, Rohini, Masi and Gunjan Masi, sat on the sofa. Everyone looked like they had had knives stabbed in their backs. Bridget had already told them. I struggled to figure out where to start. This is where age helps. For my mother seemed to know exactly what would be a mature reaction. She burst out crying and went straight to Bridget's mother to bear hug her. Somebody's cast an evil eye. Sulojana, my mother said. Her lone hysteric made everyone in the room feel even more awkward Bridget's mother didn't hug my mother back. We are ruined. I had no idea my girl would do this to us. What do you do when your own child is defective? My mother said, howling at top volume. Sit down, Aparna ji. Bridget's father said. I realized I had to take control. I went to the center of the room and addressed everyone. Hello, everyone. I will just take a minute. To all in this room, I am sorry. I am really sorry. I am sorry because I was not prepared for this marriage. But I said yes. I am sorry because I brought shame to your relatives. I am sorry because I ruined your happy moment. However, I did this because I felt going ahead would not be fair on Brijesh and his family. This is fair, Brije's mother said. Her voice had a sharp sting to it. No, but going ahead would be even more unfair. Between two unfair things, this felt less unfair. I fought back tears as I listened to Brije's mother. In this room, it is just as close relatives. You realize what we have to go through with all our acquaintances who are also here, she said. I do. I am sorry, I said, tears flowing. I folded my hands. I really am sorry, Auntie. Brijesh looked at his mother and then me. He stood silent with arm crossed on his chest. You look so good together, my father said. Can't we do something? I shook my head. Our relatives are here. The arrangements are all done. We can still end this drama, Radhika, Bridget's mother said. Nobody will know. The marriage can still happen. No, Auntie. I am sorry, I said. What kind of a girl is this? Bridget's mother said. I told you, I have a defective piece. My mother, daughter in golden. Such in a nice, good Bahu she is, my mother said. Enough, Aparna Auntie, Bridget said. Everyone in the room looked at him, surprised. She may regret her decision to marry me. It doesn't make her defective. Through my tears, I looked at Bridget. Despite what I had done to him, Mr. IT Gay could still actually stand up for me. It only made me feel worse. And Mom, she has made up her mind. We may not like it, but she has, Bridget said. But beta, all arrangements are in place and everyone in here. Bridget's mother said, Mom, we can't get married just because it is convenient, Bridget said. I gestured a thanks to Bridget. He nodded. He handed me a box of tissues to wipe my tears. His kindness, even at his moment, killed me. All of you are still our guests, my father said with folded hands. And from my daughter's side, I say sorry. I could not see my father grovel. I wanted to see too, so I could cry freely. Suraj will help you if you need anything. All your bills will be settled. Thank you, I said and ran out of Bridget's room. The Gulatis and Mehta checked out of the Goa hotel at noon the next day. Both set of families avoided eye contact. Things had indeed changed from the Sangeet night 2 days ago when people could not take enough group selfies. The Mumbai flight for the Gulatis left earlier than ours. They took their places inside the bus. Brijesh, 1 second, I said as he wore his backpack to leave the hotel lobby. Yeah, he said, his voice curt. Can we talk for 2 minutes? Really? Why? He said. I kept quiet. He took a deep breath. All right, he said, but not here, in full view of everyone. Meet me on the beach in 5. Thanks for supporting me in front of the elders yesterday, I said. We walked on the Marriott beach one final time. I doesn't like raising voice or insulting people, especially in public, Bridget said. You had every right to insult me too. You can now. We are not even in public. He looked at me for a second. He shook his head and gave a sad smile. I guess I never understood a woman anyway. I thought I did. A little bit, clearly. I still have a long way to go, he said. You understand people and you understand kindness. You are a good guy, Brijesh. I am the one who is messed up. I need clarity. Hope you find it. What do you plan to do anyway? For now, I will go back to work. Maybe apply for some visas. They take a long vacation. Maybe one of those round the world tickets. The one that let you fly in one direction. Just keep going. Well, the world is round. So you can't keep going. You will eventually have to come back home. Come back to reality. That is true. Unfortunately, I said. By then, Brijesh said. By Brijesh, you aren't coming back to the hotel, he said as he turned to leave. I will. I just want to watch these waves for a few more minutes, I said and looked into the horizon. Chapter 42. 3 months later. El Alberg Hotel, Peru. I sat in the cafe and sipped my coffee. The tiny blue train to Machu Picchu came and went at regular intervals. I downloaded my trip photos from my phone into my laptop as a backup. My laptop flashed the date 23 March with a reminder saying Message B. It had been 3 months since the Goa fiasco. Despite the reminder, I found it difficult to gather the courage to message him. I flipped through every picture from my trip to distract myself. In the past month, I had started eastward from London. I visited Berlin, Cairo, Beijing and Sydney before taking a flight to Lima in Peru, South America. From Lima, I landed up in Ollantaytambo or simply Ollantay, the base point to visit the famous ruins of Machu Picchu. I stayed at the historic and charming El Alberg Hotel, located right at the mini train station that one uses to visit Machu Picchu. 1 hour and 2 cappuccinos later, I took out my phone. Radhika, just do it. What is the worst that will happen? I sent a WhatsApp message to Brijesh. Hi. I waited for another half an hour until the blue ticks appeared. He had read my message. He didn't respond. My heart sank. This was all a bad idea anyway. Hi. What's up? He typed back a few minutes later. Today would have been 3 months of our almost wedding anniversary. I replied. He sent a smiley. Sorry again. I replied. Hey, all part of life. How are you doing? Good. Traveling. Took that trip I told you about. Round the world? Yes. Reached a full circle yet? Almost. I still have 2 more flights to go. Cool. Where are you now? Peru. Came to see Machu Picchu. Nice. Where are you right now? I said. At work. No such luck like you. Brijesh, I wanted to ask you something. Sure. My next stop is San Francisco. I am there in 3 days. Oh, cool. Yeah. Was wondering if you want to meet for a coffee. He didn't respond for a few minutes. I had a sinking feeling about this. I sent him another message anyway. I totally understand if you can't or if you don't want to. Sorry. My boss had called me. Yeah, sure. Would love to have coffee. Really? Great. Yeah. Can we do it in Milano Park? Easier for me, of course. Whatever is closest to your office. How is Wednesday? Sure, please. Coffee at Milano Park, 4 p.m. Phil's Coffee, Milano Park. I reached 5 minutes early. Phil's Coffee is located just outside the sprawling Facebook campus. I took a seat by the window, looking at the offices of a company that connected in 1.5 billion people around the world. I wore a blue and white checked dress, which seemed to reflect the Californian sunshine. "Hi," Bridget said as he came up to my table. I stood up. We hugged curiously. "Thanks for meeting me," I said, a little self-conscious. "No issue. Welcome to my city," he said. He wore a black hoodie and blue jeans. His shoulders seemed broader, as if he had bulked up. He wore a Facebook corporate ID badge around his neck. "Strange to see you like this at work," I said. "Yeah, without any relatives. I see you and feel an aunt is going to pop in any minute," I said. "Totally. I am like, where are the buas and the masses?" I said. "Yeah, I feel this urge to touch someone's feet," he said. Both of us laughed. We went up to the counter and came back with 2 cappuccinos. I spoke after he sat down. "I can never apologize enough. But again, sorry," I said. "The one Indian girl whom you finally came down to marry created such a drama." He waved his hand. "You don't need to anymore. I am mostly over it. Life goes on." I reflected in the past 2 months too, on where you did what you did and said no to the wedding that morning. What did you infer? That frankly you, or for that matter any girl, doesn't need a man to define her. You need a man to support, inspire, understand you, help you be the best person you can be. Banker, mother, both. Whatever, and until you find a man you trust enough to do that, why settle? I looked at Bridges, admiring his wisdom. "You think so?" I said. "I do. And you are not just one Indian girl. You are one special Indian girl." I smiled and gestured a thanks to him. He nodded. "I still blame myself a lot for making you look bad in front of your relatives." "Don't. I don't even think about my relatives when I think about Goa actually. That is good. No regrets?" I said. "Not really." "Okay, just one regret." "What?" "You remember that night at the police station?" "Oh yes, when we went to Anjuna, that inspector, our parents rescuing us. Terrible." "Yeah, and all that we did. The grass, driving without a license. I would have never done all that without you." "Well, I am bad company. That was a mad, crazy night." "Yeah, so the thing is, I had begun to look forward to a mad, crazy life with you. That didn't happen. So, oh well, that is the regret." He shrugged and smiled. Your eyes met. I didn't have a suitable response for him. I decided to change the topic instead. "Your shoulders, you look fitter," I said. "I joined a gym. Try to go every day. It is showing." "Thanks. You look relaxed too. Your face seems clearer, more peaceful." "So is my mind. A month of travel helps calm you down." "Yeah, I am sure. You look nice," he said. I smiled. We sipped our coffee. "How is work?" I said. "Good. But my business idea is taking shape. A service provider for developing Internet of Things, or IoT app. IoT is the next big thing. A company that helps making IoT app has scope." "Of course it does. Just that I need this formal business plan to raise money from VCs. It is a pain. They want financial model and projections and whatnot." "I could help if you want," I said. "Really? It is what I do on a daily basis," I said and smiled. "Oh yeah, of course. I will need to understand the business and turn it into a spreadsheet full of numbers. I do it all the time. I will share the details with you. How long are you here for? I have 5 more days of vacation left. I could make a quick model in the next couple of days. You would? That would be amazing. Can we work on it over the weekend? No problem, I said. We sipped our coffee in silence for a minute before he spoke again. Also, if you are here this weekend, there is an Arjit Singh concert. Oh cool, I like him, I said. He had simply informed me about the concert. I couldn't assume. He had asked me to go for it with him. Yeah, so he said and took another sip of his coffee. A silver of foam stuck above his lips. I pointed to his lip. What? He said. I opened the camera on his phone and turned it into selfie mode. I showed him his face and smiled. Oh no, he said, embraced. He wiped his foam mustache with a tissue. I gathered the courage to ask him a question. Brijesh, would you like to come to the Arjit Singh concert with me? I said, my heart beating fast. I had to be prepared for any response, including a bitter, biting rejection. Of course, what is that? I meant, you will be helping me with the business, so we could go together to the concert later, right? He said. I would love that, to go to the concert with you, I said. Yeah, I would love to spend more time with you too. Our eyes met again, this time for longer. He took another sip of his coffee. It created an even bigger foam mustache. He also had some foam stuck to the tip of his nose. I showed him his face in my phone's camera again. He smiled. I smiled. We looked at each other for a few seconds. Then we laughed, and then we laughed some more.